Hello, good evening, YouTubers. I decided to start my own baseball card collecting blog after watching several other people do theirs. I thought I'd join the little community you guys have there. I've been commenting back and forth on a few of you guys and seem to be cool collections and cool people, so I thought I'd join the club. I especially want to thank Kyle at Collecting America's Pastime for answering all my questions and helping me with the technical aspect of everything. As you see the background, I have the William McCovey cards. Recently passed away, so just thought I'd show off my William McCovey cards. One's a Giant, one's a Padre, and one his last year card with a 81 Fleer that shows his complete stats in the back. As part of my little collection is having last year cards of guys who show their complete career stats on the back. A little bit about me. I grew up in Michigan, still live here, and I'm 46 years old. That means I am a Tigers fan. And of my era, Tigers fan, that means you had pretty good teams, which started with having Alan Trammell and Lou Whitaker as a double play combination. The longest standing one of all time, 19 years together. Kind of amazing to hear about it. Trammell finally got in the Hall of Fame. We're all waiting up here to wait for Whitaker because we think he deserves it. I think many other people do also. Also in the Hall of Fame was Jack Morris. Finally, I thought, I'm not a sabermetric guy, but he was the top pitcher of the 80s American League for the whole decade, and he was big game pitcher in the 90s with the Twins, so I think he deserves to be there. And the other, his batting mate, Lance Parrish. He was a cleanup hitter in the World Series champion team. He had multiple All-Stars. Rookie cards are all in the same year. I'm not a fan of the multiple player cards, but as a Tiger fan, you're kind of obligated to have rookie cards of these four great Tigers of all time. As I grew up in the 80s, I decided I pretty much collected everything, the whole junk wax era. That's pretty much the height of baseball collecting. Every store had its own sets, and the market got flooded with so many cards. I kind of collected as much different cards as I can as possible. And by the time I got to college, 1990, I graduated high school. I know I'm getting old, showing my age here. Cards got a little more expensive. Each company, Topps, Fleer, Donruss, Score, all those had multiple sets and got a little more short print, got more expensive. So I decided to change my collection up a little bit. I kind of put my baseball card collection on the back burner and started collecting cards of my alma mater, Michigan State University. I befriended another classmate while I was at MSU, and we started our own collection of MSU Spartans and all sports. These are the four main guys in baseball. I have a different collection separate from this one of baseball, but just MSU Spartans. I have like 12 binders of all the major sports. The biggest names from Michigan State baseball alum is Kirk Gibson, who's also a football All-American. I just got inducted into the College Football Hall of Fame. He's still considered one of the greatest wide receivers ever at Michigan State University, which is saying much because a lot of receivers became reproduced. Steve Garvey, all-star first baseman with the Dodgers throughout the 70s. He played in the late 60s at MSU, and he actually played a little bit of football under Duffy Daugherty. Hall of Famer, Robin Roberts. He went to Michigan State as a basketball player. I got his autograph in person when they had a reunion of basketball players. Got a signed autographed baseball when he came back in town as a basketball player. Obviously, he made a right career choice there. And the most recent is Mark Mulder. Here's an autograph of his 99 Topps traded. All-star, he was an all-star pitcher. Was one of the top AL pitchers until he got into shoulder problems, and now he's one of the very top amateur golfers out there. If you pay attention to golf, you know he's one heck of a golfer. There hasn't been any Spartans much since Mark Mulder. We're kind of waiting for the new Spartans coming out. Hopefully we got somebody coming soon. Nobody greats in the minor league system, but there's some guys down there could reach the majors there soon. After I graduated from MSU, I got in the real world. Bills started piling up, so I had to sell a lot of my collection, so I sold a bunch of my collection, kept my Spartans. And Tigers were struggling for a while, but they came back to prominence. Lots of thanks to this guy. He will always be my all-time favorite Tigers, Pudge Rodriguez. Because his signing of the Detroit was like the first signal that Detroit's back in the game to becoming a pennant winner, pennant champion. Tigers had terrible teams in the late 90s, early 2000s. When he signed in 04 with the Tigers just after winning a championship as a Marlins, he showed the baseball world that the Tigers were there to play as a contender. Soon after that, they picked up Magglio Ordonez, one of my favorite Tigers from the 06 pennant-winning team. He hit the home run to clinch the pennant against Oakland. Still remember it. Also, of course, they drafted future Hall of Famer Justin Verlander in the first round in 04. And picked up my current favorite player, Miguel Cabrera. This is a throwback variation from 2015 Topps Update. I love the Detroit Stars logo. Miguel Cabrera is my favorite player, not because he's a great hitter, but the way he treats the fans, the kids. He's always having fun. He hustles. He was willing to go to third base when they signed Prince Fielder. I think he's just a all-around good ambassador of the game, despite some of his off-field stuff. But that's something else. Right now, basically what I concentrate on collecting now is quality over quantity. So I still collect. My main focus right now is getting future Hall of Famers. I have most of the post-war guys, missing a few. I'm sort of going back and get the pre-war guys. This is one recent pickup I have is Jimmy Fox, 1940 play ball. Pretty good shape. I don't do much. Huge fan of gradings cards, but I think I understand the whole appeal behind it. I have a few, but I'm not going to be a slave to grading PSA, SCG. But as I buy the older Hall of Famers, I understand I probably have to buy more graded cards. I have a few in my collection, just so I know they're legit. But if I buy a non-graded from a reputable collector dealer, I know I'm not really worried about it. Of course, I collect the rookie cards of today's stars. This is JD Martinez 2011 update Cognate anniversary. Always been one of my all-time favorite Tigers. He's a fan favorite wherever he goes. He's an unbelievable hitter. Basically was under the tutelage of Cabrera with the Tigers, and all around fun to watch. Congratulations to JD Martinez, the Red Sox, the World Series champions. That's like 5 ex-Tigers on that team. We actually finally won our wing because we couldn't win it in Detroit. Another aspect of the my collection I have is the Negro Leagues. I always liked the Negro Leagues. It's like it's part of a history that's kind of unknown. I respect the guys, what they had to put up through. And so I have a little bit of a Negro League collection. Here's a Mini Minoso New York Cubans card from Panini American National Pastime insert showing them the New York Cubans. I have a little bit of a Negro League collection. I have a little story to tell about getting some autographs in person, but I'll tell you about that in a later video. Another aspect of my collection is the local minor league baseball team. Right now, they're the A-ball affiliate of the Toronto Blue Jays. They were around since 1995. And they were started as a Royals A-ball team. They became the Cubs. Now they are the Toronto Blue Jays, which I'm not too much of a fan of. I'm rooting for ex-future Blue Jays. But one of the more notable former Lugnuts in the major leagues right now is Thor, Noah Syndergaard. So I kind of collected some Lugnuts players, cards in the Lugnuts. My number one card on my baseball want list is the first year the Lugnuts came around in '96 with the Royals organization is a Carlos Beltran Lugnuts card. You have to find it. I probably should have bought it way back then. I don't, but that's the number one card on my want list right now. That's a little bit about my collection. I will tell you more about my cards as they go along. I think my collection I try to represent as the history of baseball because I'm a baseball nerd, baseball fan. I call myself a bit of a baseball historian because I have so much knowledge stuck into my head. I also try to represent the history of baseball cards with everything that's been going on for the last 100 plus years in baseball cards, kind of represent a little bit of everything there. All right, thank you and have a good night.